Hey everyone, I'm Punit Mahajan, and in this video, I'll be talking about the 4 P's of online e commerce marketing. And if you don't get these right, you will have a hard time in e commerce business. So, let's check out the 4 P's of online e commerce marketing. First, product that you're going to sell. Second, the pricing of the product. Third, the place where you're going to sell the product. Fourth, the promotional method that you are going to use to sell that product. So, if you look at this product, the grass cutting machine, so if you don't know anything about grass and grass cutting, you can go with the first product. You can buy this product and you can check all the features that the product has. So if you are aware of all the features and if you are looking for specific features, you may find specific features in different products. So based on the features, based on what the product really does, there are different pricing here. So your product needs to solve some problem out there. So here the product is solving a problem here. So what if you don't have any product that you want to sell? So you can start with asking questions to your target audience. The first one would be, what's your biggest problem I can help you solve? So what this will do is this will give you an idea on what your product needs to do or what your product needs to have, all the features that the product needs to have. Second, will you buy my product if this solves your X problem? So if there's a problem that the consumer is facing, be it like the functioning of the other product, be it features of other competitive products, then you need to ask them that if I'm solving this problem for you, will you buy my product? Third, how much will you pay for such a product? So if I'm building a solution for your problem, are you ready to spend dash amount to get that solution? So these are the questions that you need to ask your target audience before selling out the product or your service. So if you have a product ready, you need to ask these following questions before getting that e-commerce brand out there. First, is your product unique enough? There are lots of products online, there are lots of solutions to the existing problems. Is your product unique enough in some or the other way? Second, is this product solving a significant problem? If the product is not solving a significant problem, people won't buy it unless and until it is an impulse buy or you're buying some clothing out there. Third, how can we make our product offer better than the competitors? The competitors are already established in the market, and if you are going out as a newcomer, you need to make sure that some of the other features of your product or service are better than those of your competitors. Fourth, what don't you like about competitor X? This will show you that here is an opportunity. So you need to ask this question to your target audience as well, that what do you don't like about the competitor's product? Out of all the 4 P's of e-commerce marketing, this is the most important step in all the 4 P's. So make sure you get this step right and make sure you have a good product in your target market. Second is the price. It refers to how much you can charge for your product or your service. And although it's simple to understand, it's really hard to come up with the right price. The one that doesn't just drive most amount of sales, but also drives most profit for your brand or for e-commerce store. So you need to balance out between the amount of sales as well as the amount of profit in order to stay profitable. As I said earlier, if you are in new space or have a world-class unique product that's available nowhere, you can charge a premium amount that is acceptable to the consumer, obviously. So it depends on the type of problem that you're solving and the demand of that solution in the market. On the flip side, if your product or market is saturated, you will have to consider having a cheaper price or that of the competitor. So if you are already tackling a well established market, you need to have that same pricing or maybe have a very cheaper pricing than your competitors to just get started in that market. So while pricing your product, you can ask these following questions. How does your price compare to the competition? If it is more, if it is less, what would be the lowest price you are willing to sell your product for, considering all the costs like manufacturing, shipping, marketing, because you need to survive as well in order to provide a cheaper cost, cheaper price out there for the similar product. What would be the highest price that consumers would be willing to pay? You need to know the lowest as well as the highest price that the consumer is ready to pay. So if you have something special about your product, how sensitive to price are your customers? Some of the industries in e-commerce are very price oriented. People won't generally spend money on, maybe let's say, a clothing that is $200, $300 for a very newer brand, and the newer brand will suffer while the competitors have a less pricing and there are already established brands out there. So last one would be, what prices do your current competitors charge in terms of service, in terms of product, and what are the services that they are offering, how is their delivery, how is their marketing. You need to consider all those before putting a price on your product. So let's consider an example, best kitchen knife. So you can see there are different kitchen knives out there. So one kitchen knife that you see is of rupees 66,000, and there must be something unique about this product. That is why this product is selling for 66,000 rupees. But on the flip side, if you consider all other knives and the problem that this knife is going to solve, then I would generally go with the first one, or let's say the fourth one by IKEA. So you need to map out the pricing as well as the solution that you are providing. So this is a good example of the pricing that you should be considering according to the amount of problem that you are solving. Your pricing should be the one that serves the customer well as well as maximizes profits for your store. So keep this in mind and set up good pricing for your products. Third is the place. Place refers to the place where you actually sell the product. It could be your own website or marketplace like Flipkart or Amazon or any other marketplaces like Etsy. So where you are going to sell the product also really matters a lot in online e-commerce world. The choice of a right place to sell your products definitely influences the sale of your products. So if you are selling the product on Amazon, there are going to be different products that you need to compete with, different types of competitors that are spending a lot of money on marketing. So if you're competing in the marketplace, they will have different products that are solving the same solution, and you won't get that necessary attention on those marketplaces. But if you have a separate website and you are driving traffic to that website through Facebook ads or Instagram ads, then you will have a better chances of selling those products as compared to a marketplace. Fourth is promotion. That is the platform that you're using to promote your online e-commerce business. Depending on the budget and the marketing strategy, you can use different promotional methods for promoting your products or services. Some of the best promotional channels that have worked for online e-commerce industry are paid ads, secondly social media channels, third is email marketing, which is very huge, search engine optimization for your existing products. Paid ads, in paid ads you will have Facebook and Instagram ads, Google ads, Pinterest ads, TikTok ads, Snapchat ads, and there are many other platforms that will help you get traffic to your website. So depending on the product that you are selling, the market, the niche, you need to choose a good paid ads platform, and then you can start testing out with different platforms and see which one is profitable for you. So looking at the Instagram and Facebook ads, so this is the type of an ad that is offering multiple products. So if you have a store, then you can offer multiple products using Facebook ads and Instagram ads. So depending on the type of product and the market, you can choose this type of paid ads and get started with driving traffic to your website. Again, second one would be social media. You can use the organic social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest to sell your products organically. I've seen some brands just selling lot of products using just Instagram and Instagram ads. So this is kind of a long-term strategy. If you're doing it in an organic way, you need to be active on all the social media platforms. You need to create lot of content in order to sell different products. So this is kind of a long-term strategy, but it really works if you are very consistent with it. Moving on to email marketing. So for every dollar spent on email marketing, you can expect a average return of $42. This is how profitable email marketing could be. So this is again a long-term strategy, and this can be used in short term as well. So if you start driving traffic to your website using Facebook ads or Instagram ads, then what you can do is you can have an opt-in, and then the opt-in will include your all the emails, and then you can start selling them different products, or you can start upselling them. You can send them different emails like thank you emails, welcome emails. You can have a welcome series. So there are a lot of email series that you can push out. So the types of email series that you can send is the welcome email series. So in this, you can send all the welcome emails like what is the brand about. The curation email is all the products that can be curated and then can be sent into an email. The engagement email, anything that has to do with the engagement, referral, discount, cart abandoned mail, order confirmation emails, upsell emails, and thank you emails. So this is again a long-term strategy, but it is very scalable. You can hire a designer, and then he can design the emails, and then he can send those emails using any platform like Klaviyo or any other platforms, and then you can start getting sales from email marketing channel as well. Moving on to e-commerce SEO, this can be used as a long-term strategy for single product stores. You can set up blogs, and you can talk about the problem in that industry or that market or a specific problem, and then drive traffic from Google search to your products. And also you can combine this SEO strategy with the email marketing that I talked about earlier. So this is can be used as a very long-term strategy. But in multiple product stores, what will happen is you will have different products that are going out of sale, that are going out of stock. So you need to make sure that you do SEO for individual products, and it is a very tiresome job, but you need to do that in order to take benefits of the Google search. So these were the 4 P's of online e-commerce marketing. And if you have any doubts, you can just connect with me on my website. It is punitmahajan.com. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm very active there. You can also ping me or DM me on Instagram at pingpunit. So this was it for the 4 P's of online e-commerce marketing, and I'll see you in the next one.